Okay, so today let's cover the nuclei, all the nuclei that are there in the thalamus. They are a bit confusing, but there is a very easy way to remember this. It has helped me a lot, and I guess it will help you too. So the only all the nuclei can be remembered by uh, memorizing it with this mnemonic. So in this here we have a car, so all the nuclei will be shown here. First of all, we have the anterior nucleus. So anteriorly the car has the fan, so which produces the cooling, all of the which cools the engine and everything. So anteriorly you have the anterior nucleus is concerned with cooling of the body, so it brings the body temperature down. Now posteriorly you have the heat exhaust, which bring out heat. So the posterior nucleus of the thalamus is concerned with the temperature regulation. That is, it mainly controls heat production, so it increases the body temperature whenever required. So it basically does it by shivering as well as by vasoconstriction of the vessels of the periphery. So in this way it prevents the heat loss and it increases the body temperature. So far we have done with two nucleus. Now there are two other nucleus. One is the lateral nucleus and the other one is the medial. So you can memorize it in this way, that laterally there is the opening for the tank, for the oil tank. So laterally you have this center, which is thirst and hunger center. So the nucleus is concerned with the thirst as well as hunger. On the other hand, you can see that on the inner side there is there is the tank, which when gets full, so the car is then filled up with the diesel or petrol or anything. So in your medial nucleus is concerned with your satiety. So whenever there is medial nucleus involvement, so that will be included with the satiety center. Now some other nuclei. Now here you have the steering, and so this is the anterior view of the car. So now there over here is your roof. Now if suppose the car doesn't has a roof, and whenever you look upstairs you will see the stars and the sun and everything like that. So these things basically the suprachiasmatic nucleus, it's above, so it's suprachiasmatic nuclei. So it basically regulates your circadian rhythms, moreover your cortisol production and all these things that are produced in a rhythmic pattern. So these are controlled by your suprachiasmatic nuclei. Now the other nucleus that over here is your supraoptic nucleus. From the glass you can see outside, and over here whenever rain hits, so it will hit this glass and you will turn the wiper on. So this supraoptic nucleus is associated with the release of ADH, which it controls the water, the osmolarity basically, but it absorb water from the distal convoluted tubule and the cortical collecting tubule. So ADH from the supraoptic nuclei. Moreover, one other nucleus that you can memorize it like this, that you are sitting here, and on the other side over here along with you is your girlfriend sitting. So the paraoptic nucleus, that is, you can see it is sitting right next to you. So paraoptic, under your vision, so paraoptic nucleus. And so since it's a girl, so basically it is involved in the release of oxytocin. So the paraoptic nucleus does the release of oxytocin. So in this way you have the anterior nucleus, which controls the cooling, the posterior nucleus, which controls the heat. You have the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which controls the circadian rhythm. You have supraoptic nucleus, which controls the ADH production. You have the paraoptic nucleus, which controls the oxytocin release. You have a lateral nuclei, which is concerned with hunger and thirst, and you have ventromedial nuclei, medial nuclei or ventromedial nuclei, that is concerned with your satiety. So in this way you can memorize all of these.